other side in the codeine lane. Eyes roll back in the codeine dream. 360 degrees of your frame.
Afro Samurai 2 had a lot going for it. The source material was critically acclaimed. It was published by Versus Email, the publishers of the Banner Saga, and RZA provided the music for the game. But with all this, the end result is very disappointing, as Afro Samurai 2 Revenge of Kuma Volume 1 not only has an awkwardly long title, but is also a chore to play through. If you are unfamiliar with the mythos of the Afro Samurai series, you will definitely be lost trying to figure out what the hell is going on in the story. The frequent jumps between Kuma's past and present also do not help things. At best, the story of Kuma trying to get revenge for the murder of his loved ones is decent due to the clever comic book panels, but at its worst, which is most of the time, supposedly emotional scenes are pretty comical due to the over-top voice acting.
No!
Some of the cutscenes are also just way too long and are in no way interesting whatsoever.
My desire was to become a god. In the pursuit of revenge, you made me yours. Searching for me, obsessing over me, killing for me. You really think you're the good guy?
Aside from some of the well-drawn art in the cutscenes, the graphics are also very underwhelming. The character models look dated, meanwhile the environments are very hard to look at. To add to the woe, glitches are rife throughout the map, which has not really helped much. To be very honest here, it is hard to tell that this is even a PS4 game, as the art style has very little charm whatsoever. Unfortunately, the combat does not bode well either, with the action on screen feeling sluggish. For some odd reason, finishing moves do not actually connect with their target, so murdering just feels unsatisfying and weak. The most pressing issue with the combat though is the lack of it. The game rarely lets you fight anyone and instead gives you weird objectives like confronting your grief. Some of the ideas for the fighting, such as the free combat styles, have potential, but the mechanic is never built upon, and instead we are left with a system which feels repetitive and boring. The leveling up system is also broken. The game decides to just give me all of the skill points within 5 minutes, which may or may not have supposed to have happened. There are also some platforming and QTE sections scattered throughout the story, but they are very standard affairs which go on for far too long. The silver lining in the game is the excellent soundtrack that always impresses. RZA's work is second to none, and the game benefits massively from the hip-hop tracks. But ultimately, RZA is not enough to save Afro Samurai 2, because it is a mess, and this is coming from someone who is a newly turned fan of the series. The combat is mediocre, there are a plethora of glitches and bugs, and the story is just just laughable. I understand that developers put plenty of time and effort into making video games, but this is not something which I'd recommend to anyone, and the final score is an E grade. For more gaming goodness, make sure to subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.